Hi guys, this is Annie with Show Me Real Country Music, and we're here at Wicked Pony Ranch in Ditmer with Miss Courtney Patton.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. So let's start off. Why don't you tell us a little bit of how you started, where you come from?
Okay. So I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I live in a little town about an hour and a half southwest of Fort Worth called Stephenville, and I've been there since college. Moved down there to go to school, and have been there 18 years. It is a really cool little ag-based town, and there was a lot of great live music. So when I was going to college, we would go out and watch bands, and it was The Great Divide and Pat Green and Cross Canyon Ragweed, Jason Boland. Like, that was kind of what was big when I started going to school there, and they had an open mic night at the bar. And I just taught myself how to play guitar, and I'd always sang, but I'd never written. And so I started trying to write songs and just like make myself go out and do it. And so that was kind of college for me, was just going and playing at the bar on Wednesday nights with my friends. And then that led to me wanting to try to make a record, but I never thought I would do anything with it. And then when I turned 30, I had a lot more to life that I had lived to write songs about. And after I got divorced, I decided I would quit my day job and try to
Just
do it.
go with it.
Yeah. So I'm 6 years and I'm paying the bills with it. So that's pretty cool.
So is there anyone specifically that influences your music?
Yeah, I would say, we were talking about this the other night. Mike McClure from The Great Divide was my first kind of person that I got to meet that mentored me and taught me a lot. I think I play acoustic guitar like him sometimes, and I noticed little things that I picked up from different people, but I was a huge Willie Nelson fan, Merle Haggard, Don Williams. I love mellow country music. And I also grew up on classic rock too, so I listened to Led Zeppelin and more rock and roll stuff. So I had a lot of that, but I would say on the scene it was McClure was my first kind of big help, when I got started.
So I've seen, I believe, 3 albums. I'm not sure if you have more, but what was it like with the first album coming out?
So I have one that I don't talk about, so we'll pretend that there's just 3.
There's just 3.
The first one, I was still working my day job, and I took my personal vacation to go make it. So my paid vacation, I went down to Austin and made a record with my friends. And when it came out, I had just quit my job to put that one out. I thought, if I spent the money to make it, I want to make sure I give it the credit, like try to work it as much as I can for what it is. So I quit in December, and then I put it out in May, and it was really fun. It was nerve-wracking, and I didn't have a band. It was just me. I still don't really have a band. I play solo acoustic a lot. When my husband, Jason Eady, great songwriter, when he doesn't have his band, I still am and take them with me. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but really validated that I made the right choice, and I wanted to keep doing it, Yeah. So I try to put something out every 2 years.
Seems like it's been fun.
Yeah,
and
it's
doing
fun.
your own thing.
Absolutely.
And you just recently this year released a 3rd album, we'll say.
Yeah. What it's like to fly alone.
Yes,
yeah.
and I have been listening to it all week. It has been fantastic. Your voice has been amazing. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what that one's about for you?
So I'm happy now. The first 2 records, I had a lot of sad stuff to write about.
Yeah.
But as a writer, that was like, happiness is detrimental to your career. And so I had to call on a lot of friends. There are a lot of co-writes on this album, which I haven't done very much before. So it challenged me as a writer to get out and just like listen to people and pick up certain lines, and I'd write them down, and then I'd have to create a story about it.
Yeah.
So a lot of this record is me making up stories about fictional characters, but in very relatable life situations. I think that's what the big thing about country music is. You're supposed to be able to relate to it.
Yeah.
And there are some very personal songs on there. The title track I wrote after a really terrible show in Austin, and my husband couldn't make it, and it was a show that we were supposed to do together, and he had a songwriter friend of ours fill in for him, and 4 people didn't get the memo that he wasn't going to be there, and they got up and asked for their money back.
Oh my gosh.
They got up and asked for their money back before we even started. They took it off my guarantee at the end of the night, and it just crushed me. And I kept forgetting words to my songs, and I just couldn't relax.
Yeah.
Like, it was just
and that
really
makes you put you back down.
Bummer night. Yeah. So I cried all the way home. It was like a 2.5-hour drive, and in the middle of me just like feeling so bad for myself, thinking I'm going to quit my day job, I'm going to go back to college, I'm going to get my master's. This hawk shoots out of a bar ditch, almost hits my car, and I just kind of went, okay, you know what? He's out here in the middle of the night hunting for his food. I'm out here doing the same thing. Like, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I went home and wrote a song about that. And then there's one I wrote called 14 Years. It's about losing my sister.
All tears.
Yeah. It took me a while to write that one, and it feels good now when I sing it. And there are a lot of people that come up and share their story about loved ones that they've lost too. Mm-hmm. So it makes me feel like I'm not alone, but it also does the same thing for them. So that's been a nice weight off my chest that I kind of...
I love it. I mean, we've been listening to it, obviously, all week just to, get your tones and figure out what you're about. And it's like, it's a roller coaster.
It is.
It's songs you're like, oh my gosh, I love this song. And then you're crying the next song. And
you're welcome.
Perfect. I was like, don't listen to this at work because I'm at my desk like, hi, I'm crying. So where are you traveling now? So you came from...
So I flew in yesterday to Kansas City. I had a private house concert there. So I sold house concerts to pay for my album because I don't have people. I don't have, management. I don't have a booking agent. I do everything myself. And I didn't want to just go to the bank and take out a loan. Right. So I thought, what's a way that I can do it and go into this record debt-free? So I sold house concerts. So one of those was last night in Kansas City, and it was so much fun. Yeah. And now I'm here today, and then I go home, and we fly out to California middle of next week and do about a week of stuff out there. In Sacramento area, so that'll be fun, and just kind of leaving here and there. I'm trying to stay home every other weekend just to be a mom. Yeah. So this weekend I get to go to Georgetown, which is down by Austin, and be a soccer mom all weekend with my son. So that'll be fun. But I'm just trying to take some time to be home and not gone. Last year I was gone every single weekend, and it was just a beating.
It's hard to balance, but you'll get there. I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, your voice is great. We are super excited to have you tonight.
Thanks. I'm excited.
So what's it like with the family? I mean, do they get to travel with you?
They do some, but my kids are now turning into teenagers, and so it's not like, cool.
You're not cool yet.
They want to know, is Uncle Wade coming with his bus? Can they go get on somebody's bus? Like, that's what they think is cool now. But no, they like going when my best friend Jamie Lynn Wilson and Jason's best friend Adam Hood, like, we're all really close. And so when last year we went to Colorado and we all took our kids, like, and had a little family trip, and so that was fun for us. But they're outgrowing mom doing this for a living, so they're kind of like, whatever, mom. And when my record came out, they're like, oh my gosh, when your mom's on the radio. And Peyton goes, we hear her all the time. So he listens to everybody else, but I'm not on his iPod. It's funny. Okay, so this was like right before I quit my day job. It was during the summer, and I went down on a weekend down to New Braunfels, and my friend Kimberly Kelly was opening a show for Johnny Lee, like Looking for Love, and I'm like, that's like 80s awesomeness. And I pull up, and his big bus is in the parking lot with his face on the side of it, like country star Johnny Lee. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And I sang a little bit of harmony with her, but I was also just cracking jokes and I'm kind of a pervert. And so the guys in his band heard me, and they thought it was funny, and they're like, hey, you got to come meet Johnny. And I was like, what? So I go out on his bus, and he's sitting there, at his table, and he's got gold rings on his finger and his necklace and stuff. And I walk on, and he said, well, you're a cute little shit, ain't you? And I just laughed, and we just hit it off as friends, and I had the best night and laughed a lot. And he let us get up and sing Looking for Love with him, and I got to sing Yellow Rose of Texas with him. Well, then fast forward like a year, and we're playing a festival somewhere up in the Panhandle, and my husband is on the bill with him, and he wants to meet Jason, and we go to his bus, and he gets up and he goes, so I hear you're engaged to my future ex-wife. So that was the thing. Johnny Lee would call me his future ex-wife, and I used to get the biggest kick out of it.
You're like,
yeah, I think he's over me now. I'm married, he had to let me go, but no.
That's a bummer.
That was a bummer. That was pretty cool for like kid Courtney to have Johnny Lee like tease her that way. But.
And have you gotten to sing with anybody, like any bigger artists, or we're still working on that? Yeah,
I mean, I've had a lot of really cool opportunities. Susie Bogus has been one recently. I got to meet her at Steamboat year before last, and we went skiing together. And oh my gosh, I just couldn't believe it. And then we did Reckless Kelly's softball jam this past year down in Round Rock, and she was on the team and did the thing, and we got to get up and sing with her Jamie and I did, sing harmony on like 2 or 3 of her songs, and we just laughed and had the best day. And she is the sweetest. Her and her husband Doug are the kindest people I've ever met, and so that's pretty neat to be able to say, we're friends.
Well, we are super excited for you tonight. Again, I know we've been listening to you all week, ready for you to get here. This event has been, booming on Facebook just to get you here, and we have a ton of people that want to come out and see you. So we will let you get everything together. Okay. We'll let you play your own song, but I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we definitely want to thank Bastard Brothers Brewery out of High Ridge for supplying some beers for us. They're delicious.
It's very good.
Thank you so much, guys.
I'm Courtney Patton, and this is a song off my new album called Round Mountain. I left Round Mountain when the last church closed its doors. Half the town was leaving, and they wouldn't miss one more. Change had been a-coming, and I guess that it changed me to a woman who was willing to abandon her family, run away from Round Mountain, run away, Miss Emily. I married much too young and took no time to bring a life to a world where husbands broke their backs for homes run by the wives. Just a baby raising babies, I made mistakes and would make more, till I ran out chasing voices that beckoned me from my back door. Run away from Round Mountain, run away, Miss Emily. Now I'm headed down to a place where copper wishes go. Tell the ones I left behind I can't do this anymore. All of my transgressions are too heavy to drag around, and the weight they put on me will surely let me sink right down. Our 4 kids were growing while inside of me a son. I won't stay to be ashamed at the things I know I've done. I was lonely when I let another's husband share my bed. While mine was plowing fields, I was breaking vows instead. And I looked down into darkness, and I looked up and felt it burn. It was hotter than the fires of hell my crimes would surely earn. I knew what I was doing as I climbed up and jumped in. Let the murky waters cool me, let them wash away my sin. Now I'm headed down to a place where copper wishes go. Tell the ones I left behind I can't do